What's up, guys? Today we're going to make truffula trees. If you're familiar with the book The Lorax by Dr. Seuss, the Lorax is there to speak for the trees, and it is the truffula trees that they are harvesting. And so I love truffula trees. I think they're fun and funky, and they're really easy craft to make. There are lots of different ways that you could make a truffula tree. I decided to make mine using yarn. So you're going to need some yarn. I found this great super bulky yarn from Lion Brand. It's their hometown USA. It's a nice extra bulky yarn with strands that we can pull apart. You also need a paper straw and something to wrap your yarn around. I'm just using a box. You'll need some glue. I'm using Fast Grab Tacky Glue because since it dries quickly, that makes this project even faster because we're going for craft lightning here. So this is very handy for when you're quick crafting. And then you will also need a needle and some strong thread. To start, we're gonna take some of our yarn and wrap it around the box. I'm going to wrap about 10 times. 5, 6, 10. You can wrap more or less. The more you wrap your yarn, the fuller your tree will be. So if you decide that you want it to be even poofier, just keep wrapping. Now that I've got it wrapped and trimmed, I'm going to slide it off of the box and fold this in half. And I'm going to tie this off in the middle. I'm going to tie it off with another length of the same yarn, and I'm going to make one tail about the same length as my loops and leave the other tail long. I want the other tail to be longer than the length of my straw so that eventually I can pull it through my straw. So there's one tail that's short, and I'm going to trim that when I'm done so that it's about the same length as these. And then a long tail, we want it to be longer than the straw, so we're going to measure and trim it off. All right. Next step, we are going to cut apart all of these loops here. So just take your scissors and give them a chop. And then I said if you have your ends here, you can see which one was my end piece. It's a little longer than the rest. So that one I'm going to trim, and then do the same thing on the other side. Just cut open all of the loops so that it is all fringy. All right, next we're going to unravel all of the strands of yarn. So just kind of stick your fingernails in there and just pull it all apart. Now this is the most time-consuming part of this project, and actually this even doesn't even take that long, but I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through the actual doing of this part of the process so you don't have to stand here and watch me unwind like 20 strands of yarn. So here we go. Alright, so once you've got everything all unwound, it'll be kind of nice and fluffy. If you want to fluff it more, you can kind of just take your fingers and do this number, and it'll kind of separate all the little fibers a little bit more. So when you have it as fluffy as you'd like it, it's time to put the tree onto the trunk. Now we're going to use a paper straw for this. In order to do this, we're going to take the long tail that we left on the bottom of our little pom-pom here, and tie the end to the end of our strong thread with a needle on the other end. And you're going to take your straw and you're going to drop the needle through and feed it through until it comes out the other end. So we're just going to drop this in here And hi, Mr. Peaches. He's interested because we're using yarn, huh? Yeah, you like truffula trees. All right. So you're going to just pull that all the way through until the yarn is sticking out the bottom. Now to secure it in place, we're going to take our Fast Grab tacky glue. You can use other glues. I like this one because this makes this project really, really easy. And we're going to take and just put a little bit of glue around the base of this knot that we made to hold our little pom-pom together. So you can see, here's my long tail coming off, and a little bit of glue there. And then we're just going to pull the string tight so that that glue connects the yarn at the top to the straw. Make sure you get a good connection there and just hold it tight for a few seconds. If you use the Fast Grab tacky glue, it holds very, very quickly. You hardly have to hold it at all. If you use other types of glue, you may have to hold it a little bit longer. You'll just want to make sure that you hold it until it's dry enough that this will not slide back off of your tree trunk. And once that is dry, you'll just take and pull the yarn tight at the bottom here and give it a snip. Cut off this excess. And we have a truffula tree, a whole forest of truffula trees. I have mine. I'm going to put them in a little mason jar and have a nice little truffula tree collection. You could use these as plant stakes. You could use them in party decor. You could use them for a lot of different fun things. I think that they're just cute. So if you like this, make sure you give the video a thumbs up. It is Dr. Seuss week at Craft Lightning, so make sure you check out momendeavors.com, thecountryschiccottage.net, and 30minutecrafts.com. All of them are linked in the video description. There will be lots more fun Dr. Seuss crafts there this week, and thanks for stopping by. We'll see you soon.